Let's discuss. Hey everyone, it's Rachel back again with another reaction video, and today I am stoked to be checking out a new track from Time the Valuator called Glow. I checked out Ivy and Blackwater together because I had missed the release of a new single from them, and I did both of them. I have been loving both of those tracks. I cannot pick a favorite between the two at this point. I could when I first listened to them, but they are just at the top of their game, I would say. So I will link all of their social media as well as the visualizer I'll be using in this reaction in the description of this video. Other than that, I'm going to stop talking and we are going to get straight into it. What right does that riff have? I like that. I need like an album from them or something. These singles are so good. Time the Valuator, Glow, let's discuss. A huge sound to these 3 singles, and like I said, I have no idea what they are off of, but I am very excited for whenever whatever it is comes out, because these have just been on such a high level, and it's hard. I feel there have been a lot of vocalist switches, you know, over the last 5 or 10 years. Obviously in time, that's the amount of time really that I've been paying attention enough, I guess, to notice in situations like that. And though Time the Valuator isn't a band I was really familiar with to the degree of being like, oh my god, like a lot of people were, I found out after the fact. It still doesn't, like, my favorite band, Anime, they went through a vocalist change. It's a very nerve-wracking time because it could go one way or another. I feel like there have definitely been some vocalist change with bands where I'm like not as interested anymore, or some that are the opposite where I like the band even more. I feel like Time the Valuator has stayed on the same level, which is really high to begin with. For me, like I had mentioned, this band is one I found more recently anyway, so I was listening to, you know, an older record and loving it like I had just heard it for the first time. So then just getting these singles, like, I think it's not even been, well, yeah, okay, it's been over a year now since we did all of that with Time the Valuator, but still, getting to check out these new singles, having them be of this quality, I feel like it has not skipped a beat quality-wise. I'm just as excited as if they had, you know, had they not switched vocalists or whatever. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, the quality to me has been the same. I know it's been a talking point, though, that for some people that I've spoke to about this who have been a fan of the band for a very long time and went through the vocalist change, they like this a lot more, or they don't like it as much. And that's what's really interesting about it, I feel. But regardless of all of that, they've got, like, the sound, so much groove, like the ability to rely so, like, shift so quickly on relying on the riffs to the bass. I love that, especially because this feels definitely different compared to the other 2 singles, while at the same time they all sound very much like they come off of the same release. So I'm interested to hear the way that these pieces will be put together. You know, I'm hoping it will be an album. There are times for sure where you know, an EP announcement has me very excited and stuff, but for this band right now and this sound, I would love to get, like, a full record and really hear that sort of expanded on, and the way that these songs sort of fill up between them, assuming that they all wouldn't be, like, you know, in a chunk on the release. But regardless of that, hearing you know, any sort of expansion on the sound from these 3 singles, just very, very much something I would be interested in, because it feels like the new vocalist, and forgive me, I forget his name already, but the new vocalist is able to flex the vocals here, like some of the highs put in there in the chorus and whatnot, but really there's a lot of flow between the instrumentals and the vocals here that, like, they sound very in unison. And I know that sound, it can sound sort of dumb, but I feel like some people may know what I mean. Like, as it transitions into that first chorus and such, just the way that the vocals open up, the instrumentals open up, and the way that they're able to shift, like I was just talking about, very quickly, I love that. But also beyond that, the electronics here when it comes to effects on the vocals, when it comes to synth, just the whole feel of sort of electronics that have been a little bit present, I would say, in the singles, but this one had the heaviest presence, at least that I noticed, like, upon first listen, or and even obviously looking back, or I would not have said it, but you get what I mean. This one, it felt like a very big focus for me as I was listening through, on top of really just feeling like I was talking about, like, that driven groove, especially like in the middle of the song. It has, that riff comes back around, but there's like a bit of a stutter in the middle there. Just very well put together, having that in the middle, and then it feels like the song ends very, very strong as well. The chorus, they are able to write a chorus. I feel like Every time I hear something like this, with that I Can't Let Go, it's just something that I know I will be listening to a bunch, and then I need to read through the lyrics all together, but from what I heard, I really dug what I heard of the lyrics as well. So very stoked on this band and the release, whatever these singles are off of. I will be keeping my eye open for any announcements from them. I cannot pick a favorite single, but all three of them will be living on repeat for me as I wait for anything further. Let me know in the comments if you have a favorite of the three singles or what you've been thinking of the sound with their new vocalist and whatnot. I will be covering any more Time the Valuator that we get coming up. Let me know, again, in the comments what you thought. I will link all of their social media as well as the visualizer for Glow that I used in this reaction in the description of this video, and you can also find my link tree there, which will have the invite for the Discord server that I talk about in every single video. We have music-related conversation, Last.fm stats, new music spoiler threads, listening parties, all sorts of stuff, as well as conversation unrelated to music, the general channel, pets, gaming, all sorts of stuff. So if you're interested in coming to join, check that out. That will be there, as well as my Instagram profile link where I post all music related content, a chart on Fridays of what I've listened to the most over the course of the week, sometimes about shows I've been to recently if I have pictures or videos to share, my never ending merch collection, stuff like that. So if that interests you at all, my handle on there is the same as my YouTube channel. It is Rachel Reacts, but again, it will be in that link tree in the description if you have any interest in following me. As always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.